Welcome to Chris Linford Get Going Guides. This podcast will deal with how to add HTML code into the header section of your web page. So the header section is where a lot of the metadata and hidden information about your page is stored. Freeway tends to work with content on a page and then creates the HTML for you, but we want to add some specific code. What do we do? So the basic thing is, if we preview this site, is when I look at my Freeway document, I end up with this blank page icon up here. What I want is this icon of the little computer screen there, and that's called a favicon. I use a website called favicon.cc where I've made an account and I store all the ones I use for various purposes there, and you can access them and download them. If you go to www.chrislinfordco.uk and go to the Get Going Skills Guide, there's a section on favicons and how you generate them and implement them onto your site. But here what it does is you generate a favicon, so you put your image into it, and then it offers you some elements, some code that you can work with. You can put it on your server, where you have to put the path to your favicon.ico file, or you can access it from their server and you can copy that code and put it into it. And it tells you to put it between the head and the close head icon. So what we're going to do, I'm going to use their server for this purpose. Normally I would use this one, so I keep it on my server myself, but for this exercise we're just going to put it from there. So all I do is copy that text, do a Control C if you wanted to, and then we can exit that and go back into Freeway. Now I would need to I can add different header HTML into each individual page, but what I want is this favicon icon to appear on every page, so I'm going to add this piece of information to the header of every page on the website. So all I do now is go to the page menu and down to markup HTML, and up comes a window where I can put my code, and it gives me all sorts of options. Where do I want to put this piece of code? And it tells me that it needs it after the head and before the close of head, so I'm going to use before close of head, and all I then do is paste that piece of code there, so you can see all that code there, and that will fire off the reference link to the image, and I click OK, and now that's been applied to every page because there's a black dot next to every page there. And now we want to preview it in the browser, and while it writes the HTML code, and you can see that my new Freeway now has that icon up there. You get code to add to your website for all sorts of different purposes, for meta information, for search engines, and all sorts of other places you go to might say you need to copy this code into a certain place on your website. If it's in the header, you go to the page and HTML. If it's in on your page, then you go to insert markup item. So adding HTML code is very simple to Freeway, and it works with that code straight away. So don't be worried if you come across something which you need to add code for. So come and find me on www.chrislinfordco.uk, or you can find me on iTunes or YouTube.